open season.
What's going on, guys? It's D-Ben. I hope you have a blessed day today. And if you enjoy having open conversation to your favorite season, please make sure to subscribe as we are nearing our goal of 100 subs. That being said, here we go. So the running back has been the most disrespected position in the NFL for a while now. For instance, check out this Bleacher Report article titled "How the Running Back Became the NFL's Most Worthless Position." And this was written in 2012, so you can only imagine what's the state of the running back in today's game. It doesn't get more disrespectful than that. Personally, the running back is my favorite position for whatever that's worth. And I find that when you have a great one that is versatile, see Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, those guys are really able to apply pressure on opposing defenses and open up the passing game. The article goes on to say, teams no longer place a premium value on the ability it takes to run within the confines of a modern NFL offense, and so they place a far lower worth on the players expected to get the job done. With running often being done by a committee rather than by a single player, the worth gets further diluted by being shared amongst a stables of backs. Therefore, running backs has devolved into one of the most worthless positions the league has. And we've just seen this with Miles Sanders. After his rookie deal was up, the Philadelphia Eagles didn't re-sign him, despite having a Pro Bowl season and being the featured back that helped the Eagles engineer one of the best run games in the NFL this past season. But you know what they did instead? They signed his replacement in a much cheaper Rashad Penny. Come on, you see what I mean? But I'm at least glad that my guy Miles Sanders got paid by the Carolina Panthers, although I still think he got underpaid. But hey, he still got paid. Also, Jamal Williams, another running back, wanted to re-sign with the Detroit Lions following a career year and leading the league with 17 touchdowns on the ground. This broke the franchise record established by one of the greatest running backs of all time, Barry Sanders. And despite this, the Lions offered Williams a contract that he believed to be disrespectful. In other words, they wanted him for a bargain. Though, this does not make any sense since Jamal Williams signed a deal with the New Orleans Saints worth $12 million over 3 years with $8 million guaranteed. And his replacement in David Montgomery signed a deal worth $18 million over 3 years with $11 million guaranteed. Wait, what? So you mean to tell me that the Lions did not offer him the same contract as the one David Montgomery just signed that is worth way more than the deal that he has with New Orleans? Something is not adding up here. Either Jamal felt that 3-year $18 million was disrespectful, or that the Lions really wanted him for the low. Anyways, you get my point. Running backs are very expendable. Though, shouldn't that be the case for all positions when the guy you have isn't a game changer? Given that point, what if in this upcoming NFL draft, there's a game-changing running back? Do we select him high? Do we let him fall? What's the verdict on that? Well, let's find out what that same Bleacher Report article has to say about this. Teams will spend high draft picks on truly elite prospects like Adrian Peterson or Trent Richardson. But if they don't get a shot at those guys, they will often wait until late in the draft, knowing they can get a player who can do most of what they want without breaking the bank. Well, in this draft, we in fact do have a generational talent, a game changer of a player in Bijan Robinson. The only problem is he plays running back, therefore his value decreases. But this shouldn't be the case. As the article mentioned, teams will generally spend high draft pick on truly elite prospects. And for reference, Adrian Peterson was selected 7th in the 2007 NFL Draft by the Minnesota Vikings, and Trent Richardson was selected 3rd in the 2012 NFL Draft by the Cleveland Browns. Bijan Robinson is a top 10 talent in this NFL Draft. I'd even argue top 5, and that's exactly where he should land in this upcoming NFL Draft. And for those wondering, this has happened in recent memory. Obviously, I mentioned that Trent Richardson was selected 3rd overall in the 2012 NFL Draft. But what if I were to tell you that there was another elite prospect that was selected even higher than Trent not too long ago? Can you guess who I'm talking about? You're wearing a nice blue jersey. Might as well be wearing his jersey right now. If you guessed correctly, I'm talking about none other than Saquon Barkley, who was selected 2nd overall by the New York Giants in the 2018 NFL Draft. And while we're at it, I would have selected number 1. And taking the Cleveland Browns at the number 1 pick, man, I can only imagine Saquon in a Browns jersey. Though, I'm not here to complain since we did select Nick Chubb in that same draft. All good to me. Nonetheless, here's what one draft analyst had to say about Saquon Barkley. Every down running back with the ability to alter the course of an offense and become a face of the franchise type player. Barkley has the rare ability to create additional yardage through elusiveness, speed, vision, and feel for space in the open field. While he has been tasked with carrying a heavy load at Penn State, their decision to limit his carries somewhat this season could help Barkley head into his rookie season. Barkley is a buff runner who thrives with the more plates you give him, and he has a chance to become an early All-Pro no matter which team takes him. And I want you to guess who scouts compare Bijan Robinson to. That's right, Saquon Barkley. Here's what ESPN draft analyst Todd McShay had to say about Bijan. I haven't talked to a team that doesn't have Bijan Robinson, just purely ranked on talent in their top 7. I thought Saquon Barkley was sensational coming out of Penn State. I'll make this argument. I think Bijan Robinson is more talented coming out of Texas. More complete, more explosiveness, creates more missed tackles than Saquon Barkley did. We saw last season what Barkley can be in the NFL, how special he is. I think Bijan is that and maybe a little bit more. And Phil Yates, another analyst, had this to say. This guy will immediately make your team so much better. He's an unbelievable talent. He's so good that if he goes top 12, top 15, top 20, I'm fine with the pick from a player standpoint. It's just a value conversation. Now, given those statements, it'd be disrespectful to Bijan as a player, as a talent, if he's not selected in the top 10. And finally, I was reading an article on The Athletic explaining whether the Detroit Lions would consider a luxury pick in this upcoming NFL draft. And obviously their general manager did not show his cards and give a direct response. Nevertheless, I find Detroit to be a favorable destination for Bijan Robinson. I've seen a mock draft where an analyst had him going 18th. In my opinion, that's way too low for a player of his caliber. I know this is not a popular opinion, but I'd select him with the 6th pick that Detroit also holds in the first round. As he might not be available at 18, or at least he shouldn't be available, because if he's still available at 18, like I said, that is very disrespectful. But anyways, that's why you have to select the best player available to you or you trade up. And remember the last difference maker that Detroit had in the running back department? That legendary running back that I can't seem to remember his name right now. Oh yeah, I remember now, Barry Sanders. Well, I'm here to tell you that he wasn't a popular pick, at least initially, when the Lions had their 3rd pick in 1989. In fact, they were debating between another Sanders in Deion Sanders. As good as Deion Sanders was, I'm pretty sure that the Lions fans and the Detroit organization were satisfied by the amazing play of Barry Sanders. So I really appreciated what the writer said about Bijan Robinson. He's not a luxury pick, he's a foundational game changer.
Bijan's got it again, turns the corner, makes people miss, makes one of those cuts, looking like Reggie Bush in the open field. Number 5 still running all the way to the 1-yard line. Bijan Robinson showing you what he can do. It was overdue, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you knew it was a matter of time. This kid may be the best player in the sport.